Reverend Dr. Joseph E. Hill.
Okay, while I'm getting my props together, I went in there and prayed with the Temple Ensemble. A lot of you don't know that several years ago, I auditioned for the Temple Ensemble. And I remember going in Bob Mays', excuse me, y'all look alike. In Bob Mays' office, and I thought he was gonna bring me out here to rehearse. And he said, "What part do you sing?" I said, "Tenor." He said, "What, sixth or seventh tenor?" And to make a long story short, I didn't get in. So when I went in there and prayed today, I saw Pete Linton. I know he's had a lot of jobs around here, but singing? Things do change. All right, now this is the month of zeal and enthusiasm. I am so glad that you guys played, because I thought I was at A.R. Leaks. People sitting just dull and arms folded. I am an energized person, and I expect some energy in here. 56-year anniversary. On your feet and give God some glory for 56 years. 56 years. 56 years. Thank you. All right, for all of those, I understand this is being streamed. I am my own man. I brought my props. I didn't grow up in the same America that you did. I grew up in the cold water flats of St. Louis, Missouri. What does it mean to grow up in a cold water flat? No hot running water. And so, in order to take your bath in that number 2 tub, you had to heat those pots up on the stove. With 8 children, Reverend, the oldest took her bath first. And you put that tub in front of the heater and heat up your water, and then you take your bath. And while she was taking her bath, the rest of us were studying, because my dad, even though he had only gone to the 4th grade, because he grew up in Arkansas, and they pulled out all of the black men out of school to work the fields so the white kids could go to school. And so my dad said, because I didn't have the opportunity, you will be educated, because education is the light of the world. And so we grew up with a ritual, because my grandmother and my great-grandmother said cleanliness was next to godliness. And even though we had a 3-room shotgun straight through home with uncles and kids and everybody, we became interior decorators, because at night we had to pull out those pallets and lay them on the floor so we could sleep. And a lot of people say, you know, Reverend Joe, I get tired of you telling that story. I'm not telling it for you. I'm telling it for me, because I can say, see how far God has brought me. The lesson is potential to powerhouse. It's some space in between potential and powerhouse. In the beginning, Elohim, God. It says in Genesis 1 that God, the Lord God, in the beginning created the heaven and the earth. And he said, let there be light. That God was Elohim God, and created the sun and the moon and the faith, the firmament and the waters, and separated everything. And then Elohim said, Christ Universal Temple, Joe Hill, Derek Wells, Sylvia Wells, Fred Randall, Evelyn Boyd, Johnny Coleman, houses, cars, lights, carpet, churches, buildings, brrr, on and on and on and on, in no end. And then in Genesis 1:27, after everything was created, if you're going to be a powerhouse, you got to have a foundation for your stuff to work on. And so Elohim, God, made sure that everything was good and very good. And then Elohim said, let us, not more than one being, but all that love, joy, money, substance, and action, power, health, everything that God is, let us create man in our image and after our likeness. And that was spiritual man. Not one thing manifested yet. Did you hear me? Everything is an idea. Everything is in the mind. Everything starts here first. Welcome to Joe Hill's Johnny Coleman Institute class on how to make a life and how to be from potential to powerhouse. People, I taught many lessons here. And one Sunday I walked down to shake hands, and the lady said to me, she said, that was a great lesson, Reverend. But the only thing I don't like about you, you're too arrogant. I thought about it for a minute. I said, you're right. You know why she was right? Because I studied under the Reverend Dr. Johnny Coleman. And the Reverend Dolores McMillan taught me Bible. She ripped out the pages one by one, the 66 books, and taught me the truth about how to be a metaphysician. And then the Reverend Marcella Davis taught me universal laws, that all of the good, everything is there, created for my good, for me to be what I am supposed to be. And Vertus Scales, the Reverend Vertus Scales, with that raspy voice told me, you got to stand on principle. Forget about what people think about you. It ain't your business what they think about you. They might not like you. They don't like you because they don't know who you are. Let us make man. I will. Let us make man in our image and after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over the earth, and over every creeping and crawling thing, every challenge, every appearance, everything. They dish you for this. They dish you for that. You're going to get dish all the time. But God said you got power, dominion, and authority over everything. I got to take a breath. And then Elohim said, I created you in my image and after my likeness. And now I'm going to bless you, and I want you to go and multiply. Now that's Elohim God. That's the idea maker. And then on this side, Jehovah God. In Genesis 2:7, looked at all of the lists that Elohim had done. Not two gods, one God with multiple personalities. How could we serve a God that is so potent, that is so awesome, that is all of that, and then you walk around here with your arms all folded and complaining? Shut your mouth if you ain't going to be a part. There's a lot of doors right here to this church. Jehovah God and the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. That's manifest man. First, God, Elohim created spiritual man with all of the potential. And now here comes manifest man. We grew up in St. Louis. My parents weren't there well educated, but they had mother wit. This was the staple of our family. Argo starch,